Naruto was not born with power. He was born with pain, loss, loneliness. Naruto Uzumaki was hated by his village, orphaned as a baby, and treated like a monster for something he didn't even do. Yet he didn't let it destroy him. Instead, he became one of the most beloved and powerful characters in anime history. And today, we're going to explore the 5 reasons why. Welcome to another episode of Anime Aves. I'm your host. And today, we're looking at Naruto. First, we have to talk about pain. Imagine being ignored, rejected, and feared every day of your life. That was Naruto's reality. As a child, he had no parents, no friends, no birthday celebrations. His only companion was the shadow of the Nine Tails sealed inside him. You know, this kid didn't just face bullying. He faced consistent, unrelenting ostracization. The entire village of Konohagakure shunned him. Why? Because they viewed the Nine Tails as a threat and Naruto as its vessel. It's chilling how casual their cruelty was. They called him freak, demon, monster, animal, dog. Adults dismissed him with comments like, "What do you expect? He's just a Jinchuriki." When you're dehumanized like that, day after day, it's enough to break most kids. So what did Naruto do? He turned his loneliness into fuel for growth. Now, Naruto wasn't always wise or emotionally balanced. In fact, he was often loud, annoying, and immature. He used humor, pranks, and boisterous behavior to get attention, because even negative attention felt better than being invisible. But beneath all that bravado, he had one powerful weapon, a dream. His dream of becoming Hokage wasn't just about power. Sure, that would have been nice. But for Naruto, being Hokage meant being acknowledged, respected, and most importantly, included. You see, pain can push you in 2 directions, self-destruction or self-improvement. Most people in that situation either break or become bitter, but Naruto took the 3rd path. He ran towards the pain, embraced it, and used it. That's the first lesson. Don't run from pain. Feel it, then use it. The second thing that made Naruto so powerful was his mission. Pain is a teacher, but without guidance, those lessons can lead to disaster. Naruto didn't grow alone. He had his dream, sure, but that wouldn't have gotten him very far. He needed direction, support, and most importantly, belief. Now, Naruto didn't always make the best decisions. He could be impulsive, reckless, and stubborn. Remember the Land of Waves arc? He put himself in danger to help a teammate, even though he knew he wasn't strong enough. That's the kind of dedication that makes you go too far. But he didn't go too far alone. His first breakthrough as a ninja came when Iruka-sensei, one of the few people who treated Naruto with basic humanity, risked his life to protect Naruto from a rogue ninja. That moment proved Naruto's life mattered. And that small ember of self-worth grew thanks to other mentors like Kakashi, Jiraiya, and Yamato. These weren't just teachers. They were emotional guides. They taught him jutsu, sure, but they also taught him how to handle grief, trauma, and fear. Each one left an indelible mark on Naruto's emotional growth. For example, Jiraiya's death hit Naruto hard. It could have crushed him. But Naruto honored his mentor by living with purpose, not revenge. That's the second lesson. Pain hits harder when you're alone. Mentorship and connection are key to resilience. When you feel pain, don't shut people out. Let the right ones in. Now, speaking of shutting people out, there's another crucial lesson to learn here. Pain can make you defensive. It'll push you to blame others, to hold grudges, and to seek revenge. That's what Nagato did. He blamed the world for his pain and tried to destroy it. And let's be real, Nagato had every right to be angry. His village was destroyed, his friends died, and he lost his will to live. But here's where Naruto was different. Naruto could have easily succumbed to that anger, especially after Jiraiya died. Nagato was partially responsible, but instead of vengeance, Naruto offered empathy. He understood Nagato's pain because he'd felt similar loneliness. He saw that both he and Nagato were victims of the same cycle of hatred. That's where Naruto became truly powerful, not just physically, but emotionally. He chose to forgive. That's the third lesson. You heal when you forgive not for them, but for you. Forgiveness is complex. It doesn't mean forgetting what happened. It means freeing yourself from being chained to the past. Naruto wasn't naive. He knew Nagato's attack wasn't just about revenge. It was about control. But Naruto's response shook Nagato. He opened Nagato's eyes to the possibility of something else, something better. Which brings us to our fourth point. Connection conquers all. Pain can be a great equalizer. It can unite people in surprising ways. Think about it. What connects a downtrodden orphan to a god of death? Pain. What bonds a troubled teen to a retired ninja? Pain. What brings together two enemies? Pain. It sounds grim, but that's the nature of pain. It cuts through superficial barriers like status, wealth, and power. And when that happens, connections can form that wouldn't have otherwise. Case in point, Naruto and Sasuke. Their relationship was forged in the fires of pain and loss. It's one of the most compelling character dynamics in anime history. No points for guessing that theirs wasn't a typical friendship. Their shared pain was the foundation, sure, but it wasn't enough to sustain their bond. They needed something more. Enter the Valley of the End. This place was fitting for their showdown. Why? Because it symbolized their opposing worldviews. Sasuke wanted to destroy the system that had caused him pain. Naruto wanted to preserve it, improve it, become its leader. This valley was where their paths diverged, where their trauma manifested as opposing ideologies. It's a brilliant narrative device, because it reflects their inner turmoil. Sasuke might have been the underdog in that fight, but he still pushed Naruto to his limits. Naruto, with his never-give-up attitude, kept coming back, and that unwavering persistence paid off. Not because he defeated Sasuke, but because he broke through his friend's defenses. Naruto saw beyond Sasuke's anger and pain. He reached out with empathy and understanding. He didn't exploit Sasuke's vulnerabilities. He offered support. And that is the fourth lesson. True resilience isn't just enduring pain. It is also reaching out to others who are hurting. Finally, we have the fifth reason for Naruto's incredible emotional power, his perseverance. Pain can drive you to extremes, making you question everything, including yourself. Naruto was no stranger to that. In fact, he experienced some of it during the Chunin exams, when his teammate, Neji Hyuga, crushed him mentally. Naruto questioned everything he believed in. But here's where Naruto's true strength lay. He didn't back down. He didn't crumble under the pressure. He didn't let Neji's words define him. Instead, he used that pain to fuel his training. This is the epitome of mental toughness. Facing your demons, not literally, obviously, but facing the challenges that test your resolve. That's where the real growth happens, in the struggle, in the overcoming. This is why the Valley of the End was more than just a location for Naruto and Sasuke's final battle. It was a symbol of Naruto's journey, his growth, his pain, and his perseverance. In many ways, this final arc mirrored Naruto's entire life. He came into the valley as a child and left as a young adult, carrying the weight of his experiences, but also the strength they had forged within him. Naruto's journey is a testament to the power of the human spirit, the strength that comes from embracing pain, learning from it, and growing through it. His story isn't just about becoming strong. It's about becoming whole. It's about acknowledging that life will throw punches, but it's up to you to pick yourself up and keep moving forward. And remember, it's not about being born with power. It's about refusing to be defined by the pain in your past. If you enjoyed this video, You might like another one we did on 4 life lessons from My Hero Academia, but that's enough about me. Let's talk about you. How has pain shaped you? More specifically, how have you overcome challenges in your life? What obstacles have you faced and conquered? Your stories can inspire others. So share them in the comments. Who knows? You might reach someone who needs your strength. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, subscribe for more anime-fueled life lessons. Comment below. Pain is my power. This is Anime Mindset, and we're just getting started. Level up your mind one episode at a time.